December 1st, the final month of the year 2008. Very exciting year. Gas prices went crazy, then back down. The economy almost collapsed. We almost went into a depression because of the incompetence of the federal government and the greed of a bunch of stupid, dumbass bankers. President Obama was elected, making all kinds of plans now to change the future of America. So I'm just going to make a few comments. I got to do my billing today, so I have to get down to the post office pretty soon. Just a few comments. They finally captured that guy who brutally murdered that TV anchor woman down there in the South. You know, she was brutally beaten, died 5 days later. And the guy who beat her was a black American, an African American, a big, huge, heavy-set guy. Apparently was prowling around the neighborhood. They now saying she was sexually assaulted. The police tried to say, oh, it was just a random burglary. Only, of course, it wasn't. What it really was a racist sexual assault by a black guy who wanted to rape a white woman, particularly a beautiful white woman. And in his rage, he beat her to death. And nobody anywhere will call this a racist hate crime. And that really pisses me off. In the year 2008, there were several cases where black men brutally raped and murdered white girls, and no one calls this a hate crime. And all these black guys are products of single-family homes, drug users, unemployable, high school dropout garbage. And what is our society going to do about it? I don't know. Except all you white girls out there, young and single and living alone, better get yourself a gun and know how to use it. And be prepared to defend your life, because the police will not. Police cannot. And I'm sick of this double standard. If it had been a white guy who had brutally raped and murdered a black girl, the Reverend Jesse and the Reverend Al would be holding protest marches today. Nobody cares if it's a black guy butchering a white girl. That's all I got to say on that particular subject. Obama, he's getting real hyper about climate change. You know, the last show you watched, if you watched one of my last shows, you would have seen how everybody is using the term now, climate change. Not using global warming anymore, because there isn't any global warming, and they want to use the word climate change so they can use anything to justify what they're planning on doing. And Obama has this big plan for cap and trade. He's going to reduce carbon dioxide by 2020 down to, who knows, and then by 2050 down to some other arbitrary date. And what he doesn't tell you is that is the end of the American economy and American industry. All these folks that have to pay hundreds of millions of dollars in carbon credits are simply going to pack up and move or shut down. And all this cost will be passed on to the American taxpayers. And somebody is going to suggest we have an international court to try people who don't comply with the pollution requirements of any treaty or endanger any species. Of course, this will only apply to the United States and some Western industrial countries, because China and India will laugh in our face as they see us destroying our economy for an imaginary problem created by a bunch of environmentalists who want to control American industry, American companies, and the way American people live. I'm waiting to see if Obama approves nuclear power or works to get drilling offshore. I bet he doesn't. He's going to go for alternative energy. And he said today he's going to get the troops out of Iraq in 16 months. That's going to be fun too. I think we got to get our troops out of that country. And I agree. And if the Iraqis can't handle themselves in another 16 months, and if the whole country falls apart after we leave, we know that at great sacrifice it was futile. They're just another Arab, Muslim, corrupt country. That's all for today. I don't have a lot of time. Hillary's going to be Secretary of State. I think she's nuts. Maybe she just wants to get her face all over the world. What kind of ego does that woman have? See you later, folks. This is old Black Bart. Till next time.